She still can't even stand.
She's so wobbly.
Sean Whaley is furious.
She's upset. But 100%.
Last fucking pay-per-view of the year. Welcome in, everyone, to a brand new edition of Axe Kick Hicks, episode 206. Today is December 5th, Friday, 2025. And kid, do you understand why I'm wearing green? Some would say scarlet. No, what's St. Joe's color?
Green and gold.
Green and gold?
Just green and gold. Scarlet would be red. That's good.
Yeah.
Rutgers, though.
But I'm wearing green because St. Joe's did the unthinkable last week.
Yep.
Defeated Don Bosco. Congratulations.
Congratulations to the boys. Yeah, that was something special, man. That was beautiful. Great thing to watch. You know,
How's Coach doing?
Great. Everyone's great, man. I mean, that was historic. You know,
Yeah.
Great for the program, great for everyone, all those young men, you know. So that's what it is.
Hopefully some of the guys on signing day went to the Ohio State. Great day to be a Buckeye.
Yo, they made a big announcement there on Pat's show, right?
Yeah, Chris Henry Jr., number one wide receiver in the country. He was committed to Ohio, obviously, for like 3 years.
Hey, West Virginia on the board now.
Yeah. But his father went there. So, I mean, it came down. Nike had the money. Oregon made a late push, and you still didn't get him. Back on top, better than ever. How you doing? I'll tell you, every day is cold up here, but today when I left the house, 13 degrees.
Bro, there's no snow down here, man. No snow whatsoever. You know, it's just raining. You can probably hear it, but I'm snugged in watching fights, bro. I was watching ACA 197 this morning and PFL Men of 4. I don't know if you had caught that, but if you missed it, I'm sure you won't miss later tonight. There's BKFC 85 down in Hollywood, Florida, and your boy, Smiling Sam Alvey, he returns to defend his throne of Karate Combat 58, but you know, against the big boy, Rebellis de Spain. So I mean, that's going to be interesting. And anything about interested in watch before the UFC tomorrow, you could watch Cage Warriors 199. They're about to have 200 events, so kudos to that promotion.
Yeah, no, nothing that I saw. It's conference championship weekend, kid.
That too. Wow.
I'm gonna be locked in. So
yeah, signing day, National Signing Day. You got you had rivalry last week. Now you're gonna have conference championships.
Yeah,
very interesting.
We're locked in, kid. We're locked and loaded, getting ready for the playoffs. Don't get me started. I ran on a rant yesterday with Elvis about the seeding and whatnot, but I digress.
Yeah, I mean, hey.
We got a locked and loaded episode for you guys today. No UFC fights last week, obviously because of the holidays. We had an episode on Friday to go over some of the news. So we'll start with some news that came out this week for UFC 324. First one in the Paramount era. Alexa Grasso against her fight against Natalia Silva. Against Rose Namajunas. Here comes Natalia Silva, who we thought she was next. She was just waiting in the wing for Valentina Shevchenko.
And here you come surprising me, not dismissing our girl Natalia Silva, but I mean she is going up against Rose. You know what I'm saying? She is going
winner.
Against Rose.
This is the number one contender fight.
I agree. Why not? Rose has done everything for the sport, right? And you beat Natalia Silva, who we argued is right there. I mean, who's next after the defense, right? So I see that the winner could get that title shot.
Are you hard pressed to think that she's not next?
Oh, who? Rose?
Natalia Silva. If she wins,
she's number 9. What's Rose? Right, she's behind her.
Let me see. Rose is number 6.
Oh, well, yeah, I guess that's where your point came across. Rose wins, she's next because she is the 6th ranked fighter. So, I mean, right, it's just
she's doing the promotion a favor, taking this fight. She doesn't need to take it.
No. But Natalia Silva, you know, the streak she's on, right? Like everything, she looks spectacular in her fights. She puts on a spectacle against Rose Namajunas.
You're next.
Yeah, I think you could give it to her, man.
Honestly. Yeah, and if Rose shocks the world and beats Natalia Silva, here comes Rose again, trying to become a champ for what, the 3rd time?
That'd be amazing, man. I think that's like storybook stuff right there.
She's already a Hall of Famer in my book.
I know. I said that to us. I was like, I imagine the scenes if she did wind up winning.
Oh
her
my
next two
god!
fights.
So that was amazing. So we'll have Natalia Silva. I was gonna ask you the lines, but no lines have been posted yet. You got to imagine Natalia Silva will be
Be
favored.
the favorite, yeah. But maybe like 1 plus 120 for Rose, right?
Oh,
So
short.
a little short, not too short.
I
You think more?
be like a minus 250, almost 3.
Woof, discrepancy.
Yeah, I think the books love Natalia Silva,
Silva.
and she's a future champ. Also got added to the card for the prelims, Alex Perez against your boy Charles Johnson. That's going to be a barn burner.
Didn't he just recently pull out, right? Oh, Alex Perez. He had pulled out of a fight, or he had a fight and he lost.
He had a fight, he lost.
Yeah, pretty convincingly was that the case. I don't know why. I guess I get that mixed up all the time, all the pull outs and missed opportunities that he's had. But let's see if it happens, right? We look at the flyweights that are fighting tomorrow night. They one has a loss, interestingly enough, against Energy. So we'll see how it shapes out.
Charles Johnson,
yeah,
via destruction.
Knockouts live, right?
Very live. Might be favorite. By the way, Real American Freestyle Wrestling has been on fire right now.
It has.
The cruiserweight bout that they just put together against the American Colby Covington taking on Mandime Luke Rockhold. It's going to headline Real American Freestyle 5, January 10th.
Cool Hand Luke, right? Yeah, man. Let's see, right? Luke Rockhold has really deceptively strong grappling, especially on top. We'll see how that works out. That's a good one. I like that.
Who would you favor, Luke?
No.
Really?
Yeah, I honestly, I think it's tough to kind of back Luke Rockhold in that spot.
Even though in wrestling it's not mixed martial arts.
Still, I don't know. I'm a little torn. I got to look into it a little bit more with the wrestling. Like you said, it's not mixed martial arts.
Got some boxing news as well. Junior welterweight WBO and ring welterweight titles on the line in beautiful New York, January 31st. Timofo Lopez against Brick City's own Shakur Stevenson. What a fucking fight.
Wow.
Shakur unanimous decision.
Please make it to fight night. These gentlemen need to make it there. It's healthy for boxing. We're getting the matchups we want to see. So kudos to the guys, but let's make it to fight night.
Who would you favor in that fight?
Man, I like Shakur Stevenson, bro. I don't know. I
That's
know
a big test for Timofo.
Being biased though, it's like, he's Newark's own, you know what I'm saying? It's just Teofimo Lopez. He can crack, man. I think there's going to be a little power discrepancy there. It's just about getting into those ranges, right? Getting into those shots. Regardless if he does, of course, known to be able to roll off him. He's adopted that Floyd shoulder roll throughout his career, and he's very slick in there. So, yeah, I gotta just the defensive prowess and everything of Shakur Stevenson makes me want to back him.
Yeah, no, I would agree with that. We also have discussions are underway for 2026 clash between the GOAT, Katie Taylor, and former UFC and WWE world champion Ronda Rousey. Netflix is potentially going to get this fight. Do you like it? One, and I guess who would you favor if they were to have
this is like kind of like a Jake Paul type situation here.
Really?
Like, if you're not backing like Katie Taylor, it's like kind of like thinking it's a fixed fight, right? People backing Jake Paul thinking that he has a shot here. I mean, what are we thinking, right? We've seen Ronda Rousey striking, and it's low level. Let's be honest. The head movement, all the jokes we make about it. You're fighting Hall of Famer, one of the quotes of boxing, and I don't know. It's seeing Kaylee Taylor is going to just decimate her, man. Like, come on, what are we talking about here?
Do you think it's just a money thing then?
What's
more probable, a boxing match between Katie Taylor or a UFC return for Ronda Rousey?
So is it confirmed boxing match, right? That has confirmed, right?
Because it's not confirmed, it's discussions.
Well, that's the man, that also makes me hard pressed. I've called it time and again fights that aren't going to happen just based off that. That seems far-fetched. Maybe mixed rules for them to get involved, Katie Taylor or something like that. I'd give her more credit than actually Ronda stepping in because, man, I just really feel like it's one-sided there. I think maybe as long as Katie Taylor can keep it standing, I feel like it actually could be interesting if it is a mixed martial arts fight. Interesting enough, but if it's a boxing match, I think it is lopsided. I do.
Yeah, no, I would agree with that. Do you put any stock into Ronda Rousey returning to the UFC? Maybe at the White House, maybe the winner of Kayla and Amanda.
It's just a lot of talk, and behind the scenes, you hear that.
Well, that's how it starts.
The relationship is severed, though. What it was going to go on. The tangent is that Dana and Ronda and the UFC brass, they don't have the best relationship with one another anymore. Ronda also relationship with the fans. I think that was my argument with, will it even sell this boxing, quote unquote, diagnosed match, whatever we're getting here, combat, mixed rules, just boxing. We don't know yet. Right. It's a mess. I feel like Ronda has abandoned fans, abandoned the company, and we gave her everything, right? I think that was the conversation that a lot of us have had, is that we gave Ronda a lot, and what do we get in return? Nothing but her walking away from the sport and then joining the WWE as well to back our wrestling fans in the WWE universe, and turning her back against them and abandoning them as well. So I mean, it just seems to be a constant trend.
Does she have a husband?
Yeah, Travis Brown.
Mm.
Yeah, Travis Hoppa Brown, bro.
Because I was going to say, we should reach out to him. And she has a history of turning her back on things. Watch out, Travis.
No, chill.
You never know.
No, but it's no. It's just the fact of, like I said, she has abandoned or kind of blamed us when we would have easily accepted her back if it was in different circumstances. You know, it's just the relationship is now tumultuous, and it's gonna be hard to overcome. It really is.
Travis Brown, 43 years old, July 17th.
Oh, you don't know about Travis Brown. You don't know about Travis Hopper Brown, bro. Maybe go watch some fights and stuff like that. That's funny, bro. You didn't know he was a UFC fighter? You didn't know?
No.
Yeah.
Wow.
He was like, bro, he was like 6'7", 6'8".
But is he good?
He was good. Yeah, he was good. Bro.
I hear hesitation. Bro. You know, yeah, but there have been numerous times we could get
understand being critical. It's respectful.
Where you're literally the most critical against these fighters.
Yeah, that's fair. No, that's fair. Absolutely. That's what I'm saying. But at the end of the day, you to get in there, to step in that octagon, you're a 1%er, and that's basically where I'm going to put my stand.
We also, I mean, Conor, the WBC, they made Conor Benn the #1 contender. Looks like he's going to fight the winner of Ryan Garcia and Mario Barrios. Mario Barrios is defending his title against Ryan Garcia February 21st. Looks like Conor Benn will get the winner of that. First off, who do you like in Mario Barrios and Ryan Garcia? And do you think who do you think is the better fight against Conor Benn?
Well, I think if all signs point upwards towards a title, then you got to say Ryan Garcia, right? Because I know the old allegations and all the controversy and stuff like that, but look what he did to Devin Haney, and then we look at what Devin Haney did to Brian Norman right now. So I think stock, as we talked about, went up for Ryan Garcia, and so Mario Barrios. Who lost?
Ryan Garcia.
To who?
Rolio.
Oh yeah, and we called that actually. Why am I drawing that? Well, I guess I'm a little, but still, I actually, like I said, his stock went up off of a Devin Haney win, even though he had lost recently. So regardless, I guess it helped him a little bit. But Mario Barrios did go fight a 40-something or almost 50-year-old Manny Pacquiao. Am I wrong about that? And went to a draw.
Yeah.
So I mean, right? It's like, what level of stock direction are we talking about here? Who's tanked more? I guess their story, though, I think all roads lead back to maybe Devin Haney fighting Ryan Garcia again. So that's why, unless Conor Benn wants to legitimize it all, he can win these fights. And I think that actually could be a better story if Conor Benn gets in the mix there, which would be a crazy twist on what we talked about when the first fight between him and Eubank happened. So, man, it's just a crazy turn of events.
What I hope happens is Ryan Garcia beats Mario Barrios and then fights Conor Benn.
And you're hoping Conor Benn wins that? Are you not getting that far ahead?
hoping. I don't know if I would say I'd hope. I just want to see Conor Benn fight Ryan Garcia.
Would you want to see him fight then David Haney if he gets
Not at
those
all.
fights?
I'm over that.
Ooh, so then Ryan Garcia again. That's
Yeah.
why I did say Road's probably to that.
Devin Haney seems like he's off of him as well. His dad seems like they're off of the whole Ryan Garcia train. They just don't want to fight him anymore, which I kind of get.
It's the same thing with Eubank and Ben.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We've seen
We're done
it.
with these matches.
We're done. Yeah.
One match I want to get though, man, and I guess we're seeing AJ fight Jake Paul, but I want to see him fight Tyson Fury. Like, why can't we get that British boxing fight? Like, come on.
He's retired.
Yeah.
Allegedly. But your boy, Oscar De La Hoya and Golden Boy have confirmed that Virgil Ortiz Jr. is in talks and probably will fight Jerome Boots Ennis next. That's a banger of a fight.
Bro, Jerome Boots Ennis, I told you he's my pound for pound. So, I mean, a win like that, I mean, how is he not in the conversation already? Right?
He's
so, I mean, he has
borderline top 5.
That's what I'm saying. And the knockouts are backing him. It's like with the Beater Bev situation, the guy's pulling all those knockouts with his record. It's hard to see past that. You're like, okay, this is a guy that deserves to be on the pound for pound ranking.
I love Jerome Boots Ennis.
Philly.
I really do, actually. I mean, he's a Philly guy, which rubs me the wrong way, but at the end of the day, he's
a lot of South Jersey guys are like Philly, like
yeah, I know they're fake. That's why I hate Mike Trout. Like you're whack. Like you live in Jersey.
The Angels.
Yeah, I know, but he reps Philly.
Oh, he likes Philadelphia teams.
Yeah, you're whack. All the people in South Jersey, they
what
live in
Red
Jersey,
Bank, right? Hills.
Yeah. They're whack. They're whack. But I probably would favor Jerome Boots Ennis, even though Virgil Ortiz is a hell of a fighter. I mean, there's levels to it, and Jerome Boots Ennis he's like I said, I think he's borderline top 5 pound for pound fighter. Number 1 pound for pound fighter, Terrence Crawford, stripped of the WBC title. The WBC has stripped Terrence Crawford of his WBC super middleweight title due to
that's got to be intentional. Right?
No, due to unpaid sanctioning fees. Terrence Crawford came out and said, I ain't paying no fucking fee. I'm the champ. And at the end of the day, yeah, they could take the belt away, but he's still the champ.
You're getting taxed on your purse and you got to pay to be the champ?
Yeah. Now the WBC has ordered Hamzat Shiraz and Christian Milbilli to fight for the vacant title.
Yeah, I mean that's I guess it's good to get more belts on these athletes, but it would have been better to see like them fight and then maybe see Billy or whoever get to the title fight there naturally, not kind of be forced into this situation. So,
have you ever seen that? I've seen them stripped, but not for unpaid sanctioning fees.
I've seen it. I've definitely seen it. I just it's just like. That's why I first started saying it's intentional. Like
oh wow,
that's what I'm saying. Like, does it seem intentional? Like, are we intentionally? Were we asked? Was he under the table? Paid off to not quote unquote pay the fee so that the belt could be vacant for these guys. You know what I'm saying? It's like we like the lineal aspect. So we guess that the fact that he won it confirms that he's a lineal champion and all that, and then we can keep the division moving. But it seems so inorganic. That's my point about the promotions and they're having their way. Like when we talk the UFC, as much as we could be diluted with this merger of the TKO and storylines and this and that, it's been more natural to get to the title. And it seems lineal. That weight class is what you're going to be. You're going to be as champ. This guy, there's 4 or 5 belts now for each weight class. It's like, all right, everyone gets a belt. So yeah, that's just boxing. I mean, what are we going to see, right? With the Ali Act being, right? Is it still being implemented, right? You got denied because I know Dana's trying to fight it to take over some boxing events for TKO, right? So
yeah,
I mean,
so right now, Terrence Crawford, he owes $300,000 in unpaid sanctioning fees for his recent fight, obviously against Canelo, which led him to be stripped with an additional $100,000 from a prior fight. But he claims the fees were unreasonable and other bodies accepted a payment. My thing
I'll give you $1 a month for the rest of your life. Like, I mean, what are we doing here? You're just putting your hands in this man's pockets.
Yeah, but my thing is like this: if you're a millionaire, right, like you're like generational wealthy at this point, especially Terrence Crawford. You just made $50 million plus another 10 million on pay-per-views for the Canelo fight. 60 million. What's really $300,000 to you?
Yeah,
I
mean,
get, and it's easy
get
for
it.
me to say, but
To be
like
the principal, that's a lot of money
yeah,
at the end of the day. Like that's probably about 4 on the fighters on the pre-card's salary all combined right there alone.
yeah,
So
but there are levels. Like he's Terrence Crawford.
it's there's levels, but like I said, he's a proud dude as well. Like I said, I put up that red flag conspiracy up there in the air, but it probably could come just down to that. It could be Occam's razor at the end of the day.
Yeah, very unfortunate though, but who cares? Terrence Crawford is the best in the world. All right, kid, before we get to UFC 3.
Thank you for all the news, bro.
Yeah, absolutely. Let's get into a quick word from our sponsor, brought to you each and every episode by Viva Tequila Seltzer, the most refreshing hard seltzer on the market, hands down. There's no wonder why Viva was voted #1 hard seltzer in the world by San Francisco World Spirit Competition. With only 88 calories, 0 carbs, 0 sugar, and a light 4.5 ABV, Viva is the perfect drink for your post-game celebration, as it was created with that active lifestyle in mind. We flavored tequila seltzer because flavor is the spice of life, and we like our drinks with just a kick, just like how we like our lives, whether it's Huckleberry playing around a golf with the boys or in Elderberry watching UFC 323, it doesn't matter. Our favorite player perfectly with that Artisanal Blanco tequila for that subtle and refreshing drink. Our belief here at Axe Kick Picks and at Viva is to live long, live well, and live it up. Kid, 26 of the 28 fighters have successfully made weight.
We're still waiting?
No, Mario Santos missed weight against his fight against Muhammad Naimov.
Wow.
20%. The fights will still go on. And then Bruno Ferreira missed weight by 2 pounds against the Italian stallion Marvin Venatori. 20 purse deduction.
Ridiculous.
Both fights will go on. And we will start with Mario Santos in the featherweight division. What do you got?
We certainly will, my friend. So I like that fight. Like I was going to say going into it, that Myron Santos has a lot to prove here, but missing weight on the scales, I mean,
cut him.
No, it's just unprofessional. It should be a point as well, right?
You saw what our friends at KSW are doing?
Smart. Yeah. See,
good people.
Pushing it. Good people. Exactly. Pushing it immediately. And it's not allowing these fighters or, to not stopping them, but it's really giving an incentive to make the weight. I mean, it should already be incentive as a professional to do so. But as this featherweight matchup stands, I think Myron Santos is still the right side. He didn't. It's not more of a looking bad on the scale. I was watching the weigh-in, so that's why I was surprised that he had missed it. But it's more of just like the dedication to it, right? Like it may not be easy, and to see this guy have to go to 155 would probably not suit him well. I think he might be a little small for 155, right? So I think he has to kind of get on the right side of the UFC favor, the fans' favor, after missing weight especially. Yeah, I will still go with Myron Santos against Muhammad Naimov. He's a tough fighter, Naimov is, but yeah, you have plus 222 on Naimov and minus 230 about on Myron Santos.
All right.
Any opinion on that? Do you think he'll be motivated to get the dub there? Or
maybe we usually see guys like you said who usually miss weight wind up winning the fight. Actually,
not as of late.
No, not as of late. But I think historically, I think the record would be in their favor. But yeah, I actually think it was not to jump ahead, but I thought it was really good to see Macy Barber be back, make weight, healthy, all good there.
Did you have to make it a second time?
Who? Macy Barber?
Macy Barber, or was it first?
No, she made it on her first time. All walk, no tent, healthy. It's been a long 2 years for her, so I think it's good. But
big weekend.
Cut him. I no, seriously, like I have no patience for that anymore.
I think you're right, man. I think we're running thin on patience, and especially like this is the UFC. Like you go miss weight at another organization, like the UFC should have zero.
See how
tolerance.
far you last too.
Yeah, zero tolerance policy. Like and maybe it goes back into the argument of the weight class is expanding and all that, but you got to deal with what you got to do with the current circumstances. So let's go on to this middleweight matchup. Mansur Abdul Malik's another one that I think the UFC has high hopes for. And a lot of pressure is going to be on him. Antonio Tricol, he's fighting with house money here, as you would be if you were to take his plus 900 odds, because I think minus 1,000 for Malik is saying something. He's obviously the right side. I do think he's talented. You're gonna look to him get into there, into that cage, and he's gonna look a lot bigger than his opponent. A lot more athletic as well. I gotta lay the chalk with whatever. Maybe I gotta put him as a parlay piece. I think more or less maybe the inside the distance if you want to play it safer, try to get something out of it. But even that's still hefty, right? So he's definitely got to be a parlay piece somewhere here. Antonio Controli's gone part time. I wouldn't, man. If you put a penny on it, if you're willing to do that, have some fun. But I don't see. I mean, we've seen it time and time again, though, right? These amazingly counted out fighters somehow come victorious. Makes you question something, right? But I'm not so sure in this one. Yeah, Mansour Abdul Malik. Light heavyweight matchup, man. Next, Turkey mentioned Ivo Aslan. I remember going into his last fight, he was a favorite, right? He came in as a favorite, and now he's plus 170 here against Ivo Barnasevsky, minus 180. He is. I gotta lay. I like the ability to finish the fight however it goes with Ivo Barnasevsky. Got the Polish power. I haven't had a parlay for you guys in over a month, and so I think he's going to be a first leg of a easy 2-leg parlay. And if that doesn't tell you where I'm going later in this card, then I don't know what to tell you. But yeah, Ivo Barnasevsky minus 180. I'll lay it because I think he has more ways to win. Let's look at it with cardio, grappling, and the whole picture. Ivo Aslan's a one-trick pony. He's knockout or bust. So yeah, Ivo Barnasevsky. Man, I'm kind of worried about this next fight a little. This lightweight matchup for Edson Barbosa is going to be tough because he's getting a probably rejuvenated Jalen Turner, right? Looked good, made weight, right? 6'3" at the lightweight class. And, you could question maybe the retirement, but this guy comes back and getting his head straight, taking that rest. Edson Barbosa being the age that he is, he stayed active all this time. And yeah, you could argue the ring rust of things, but like I said last week, I don't think there's going to be much there. I just worry for Edson Barbosa being a little too active, and look at the last couple fights he's had. They've been wars, right? He's taken a beating throughout his career. Jalen Turner does deliver some punishment. I think I'm laying chalk early with these first 3 fights. Gonna go with Jalen the Tarantula Turner on his return. Yeah. I think the layoff was good for him. I think he's going to be fresh in there. I don't know which way to take him. So another parlay piece for me and Jalen Turner here, minus 300.
Yeah, I think Jalen Turner is the right side. Kind of an emotional retirement. I'm glad he came back. He had a lot left in the tank. And I think, him getting submitted in UFC 300 to Nacho kind of was like, it was kind of an emotional, like, I don't want to do this shit anymore. But I feel bad for Edson Barbosa, though, coming, having this fight and having a healthy Jalen Turner, it looks like he's the right side here. I think he could even put him away too. I feel bad because I like Edson Barbosa. I tried to find a way to play him, but I do think Jalen Turner inside the distance is the play.
I'd still say like number 1 knockout of all time history. Edson Barbosa swinging heel knockout of Terry Adam. Yeah, I think that's number 1. So.
Hall of Fame.
Middleweight matchup next. Return of Marvin Vettori. Yeah, the Italian stallion, right? The Italian dream that he is. Minus 105 is taking on Bruno the Hulk Ferreira, who missed weight. Plus 100 if you want to take the Hulk. I think kind of a sneaky way to get some value out of this because the line is rather tight. And I see that you're not going to really knock out either guy based off Vettori's, like his track record of KOs and TKOs. But he's got probably, like we talk about all-time knockouts, talk about all-time chins. Marvin Vettori's probably got the all-time chin, right? Never been knocked down even still, right?
Mm-hmm.
So, I mean, yeah, that's not in play here. I would hate for it to go to a decision, which is probably going to be favored here. If you looked at the over and unders, the over is extremely chalky. I'm gonna take a chance here, and I'm gonna go with the fight ending via submission. It's kind of right down the middle. Vettori's able to get the fight to the ground, kind of juice you out, grind you to a halt, and get that maybe arm triangle finish. And you can see the same for Ferreira with what his fights do. A club and subs on the table is what you would normally see with Ferreira, but not so much the club when you're fighting Vettori. But let's see, if he needs a way out, it would have to be the submission route. So I'm kind of taking a shot here. Shot in the dark. Fight ends via submission at plus 425, and that's kind of why I saw a little outlier in the books.
Yeah, a bit surprising here, I think, for Tori being the slight favorite. I think he's on the decline, the decline of his career, and, he's taken on a well-rounded, I think, powerful striker in Bruno Ferreira as well. He has the wrestling. I think he has a jiu-jitsu edge over Ferreira. And on the feet, he has the power, which I think in this fight, could be the difference maker. I think Vettori's only path to victory is grinding it out and through decision. But with all the damage I feel like he's taken in these past few fights, I feel like Bruno Ferreira is the better fighter. I think the market is wrong. I think he should be the favorite on the feet or on the ground. So plus 100 even money. I'm going to take Bruno Ferreira here. And I like that he missed weight.
Hey, yeah, there you go. Well, we're both taking a fighter that has missed weight. So let's see if the odds are in our favor.
We lose.
We move on to this lightweight matchup that we think is going to be a banger, though.
Fight of the night.
Have not been wrong on calling these fight of the nights. Yeah, Faris Ziam, if you don't know, this French fighter, extremely talented on the feet, has submissions in his back pocket, has the ability to go to distance. And Nazim Sadikov, absolute destroyer that he is, right? And he has all the tools as well. I'd see him, though, as a dog. Nazim Sadikov, I see as plus 120 compared to Ziam as a minus 125. So obviously that tells you the type of fighter they think Ziam is. But I'm going with Sadikov. I think the finishing capability here speaks a little bit more to me. Frost Zika is very polished, and he's a great fighter. But, I think what's on the table is maybe this, like I said, first round finish, second round finish for Sadikov. He comes out guns a-blazing, and he catches Ziam. So, yeah, I'll go with the dog hunt on Sadikov.
Yeah, couldn't agree more. I don't understand the line on this one either. Nazim Sadikov plus 130. Think he's the better fighter. I'm surprised they favor Nazim or Ziam this big of a favorite. I think anywhere the fight goes, Nazim Sadikov is better. Our boy Sarah Longo's guy.
Let's go.
He's gonna have the boxing advantage. He's gonna have it on the feet, and I think he could put him away here. So yeah, Nazim Sadikov never shies away from a barn burner. Plus 130. We're going dog hunting. Give me him.
Let's move on to your girl, Macy Barber, here at minus 175 in the flyweight division, trying to make a name for herself, but she's got to get through in her return through Karine Silva. Plus 165 for her, man. I don't think you could count out Karine Silva here. I think a lot of the women's fights though are a lot closer than they should be indicated. And then I think we've seen that time and time again for all the dogs that we've hit. But I can't fade Macy Barber here. I'm back in Macy Barber. I think she's got great stand-up capability. She's shown that she can handle when it comes to grappling and exchanges anywhere it goes. I think she'd be comfortable. And so I think as well, the time off to recollect herself and looking good on the scale, Macy Barber will look new and improved and on her way to a title in the next couple of fights. So yeah, Macy Barber's one.
Yeah, she's 2 away. Can't take her on the money line. I think she's a good parlay piece, but I'll take her via decision. You could get that at plus 110 right now. We'll talk about the main event in a minute, but she has what Merab has, that unlimited gas tank, and she was going to continue to move forward. Karine Silva is not going to do well against that pressure, that cardio. Yeah. She is a dog in there. 2 years off. She got healthy. This is a good bounce back fight for her. She's been through a lot. Getting a win, I think she's going to be emotional after the fact. But Macy Barber, she's the real deal, and there's a reason why she was number 1 contender last year before she got sick. Think she's 2 fights away. It starts tomorrow night.
Woo! Now, man, we got a couple fights here before we start the main card. So it's another banger. It really is, man. A lot of lightweights on display, and you're going to get T-Rex McKinney next. Terrence McKinney, though, man, I'm surprised to see this. I guess it makes sense, but plus 135 for him compared to Chris Duncan at minus 135. I guess they see some more ways to win for Chris Duncan, but in a spot like this, I would have loved to see Chris Duncan in the dog price, but the fact that they're favoring him makes me want to fade the odds makers in this. I think it's, for me, this event, a lot of the guys, they're going to want to come out and they're going to want to finish the fight early. And I think Terrence McKinney is one of them. I think he's streaking again, and I think he's going to get this first round finish. So plus 135, I'll lay it. Give me Terrence McKinney.
Really?
Yeah.
See, I actually like Chris Duncan here, minus 110.
I wish he was a dog. I wish he was.
Yeah, I'm gonna take Chris Duncan here. I'm trying to look for the price as we speak.
Minus 138. Some books
No,
minus
no, no.
137.
I'm trying to see fight ends in round 1 because I like that as well.
Just
But
right down the middle, not Duncan.
no, and you're gonna hear me in a second, but I kind of like it. I liked round 1, and I'm betting on Chris Duncan to get the finish here. McKinney, he only has a couple good minutes of cardio. After that,
It's might
he's
be
gonna
Chris
gas
Duncan.
out. And Chris Duncan, he's very good at tapping, tagging, in and out, just really
Plus
stunning.
185 for Duncan round 1.
Chris Duncan, yeah, but I'd rather do Chris Duncan via submission at plus 380.
There you go. Okay,
Yeah, I'd rather do the submission just because I think he's gonna stun him with the strikes, and then I think he's gonna wind up
He's
getting
shown it.
submitted. So I just see McKinney, he's a cool fighter and all, but I just see him wearing out and then eventually tapping out. So yeah, he's gonna get submitted by exhaustion. Give me Chris Duncan. I like him straight up on the money line minus 110, but
Yeah.
plus 345, plus 350 for via submission, I think is worth a pizza bet.
And that's why it's just like, yo, also why, and just like you, and that's what I've seen everybody say. And this sport is unforgiving, bro. That's why this is the greatest sport in the world, because you could look at that analytically and say that, yeah, Chris Duncan has more ways to win, and he should easily win this past that 2.5 minute mark. But it's getting to that 2.5 minute mark. So I'm going with that. I'm going to go with T-Rex just right out the gate. 10 seconds. It's over. Be like, what did I just watch? Okay, let's move it on. And I think that's what a lot of people are expecting with this lightweight matchup as well. I think they're looking at Manuel Torres and they're thinking round 1 or bust, because Grant Dawson, with his grappling, I mean, he's shown with his tenure in the UFC that it's hard to stop. Grant Dawson seems inevitable when he gets you to the ground. So that's why, understand he's getting the minus 210 favorite here against Manuel Torres' plus 190. But me again, I'm going dog hunting. Give me Manuel Torres plus 190, bro. I'm going with it. I for some reason, there's something telling me that you sleep on a card like this and you're going to get explosive knockouts, you're going to get finishes, and you're going to see a good end to the ESPN reign that they had until they move it to Paramount Plus. So yeah, I'm going to go with Manuel Torres at plus 190.
No, nothing here.
Yeah, and then look at Grant Dawson. As people were saying, as much as one specific for Manuel Torres getting that round 1 win, you look at Grant Dawson, and if he can't submit somebody, the path of victory for him is decision, because TKO seems to be off the table. So you look about somebody, you say something about one fighter being one-sided, you could say the same about the other. And I mean, I think the money line play of plus 190 beats the specific prop you have to get to lay that chalk every time. So yeah, give me Manuel Torres on the money line. But here we go. We start that main card. We start this main card.
10 o'clock, last one. Pay-per-view.
I like 9 o'clock start times that we're going to be getting though. So hey, ESPN, it was nice knowing you.
Yep,
but here we go.
You're here.
Light heavyweight matchup. Jan Blachowicz. Short line, minus 110 against Bogdan Guskov. Big Dan as a security guard. You heard the story about Frank Mir and John Jones recently. Man, that was crazy. I didn't know he had those type of origins, but plus 110, man. I know guys are willing to lay that, plus 110. And, I got to go with Blachowicz here.
Wow.
I know. I guess I'm going against my my theory against everyone that's so explosive, because that's what you're getting. Guskov, you're getting a big explosive fighter, young, right? The guy that's just going to go in there and just kind of bull rush you. And so I think Blachowicz has some tricks up his sleeve, though, right? Yeah, you look at the age, but man, beware of an old man in a young man's game. And Blachowicz is a dangerous one at that. So, like I said, at the Polish Power Parlay is live. We're going to be putting him at the end of Iwo Barnashevsky. So both of those guys give you plus 197. My first parlay in over a month. Polish Power, baby.
Hey, good luck.
Oh, man. Interesting retirement fight here. 135 pounds. Henry Cejudo. What a career. What an interesting career. Retires, come back, retire. Yeah. You're going to come back again. I heard Daniel Cormier and Chael Sonnen talking about it. That, he just said, I never know. I'll come right back. It's ridiculous at this point. But, I agree with what they said. If you're going to commit to coaching, I think you should be full-time. I don't think you should be, player manager, right? Like you had in baseball at some time. So it's just, it's very difficult to do that. I mean, there may be a fighter to come along and be able to do that, but I don't see it this time or anytime soon. Henry Cejudo's plus 225 for that reason. You know, you look at Ani Barcelos and saying he should have got a bigger fight than what he had just based off the streak he has. He's beating Peyton Talbot, but here is Peyton Talbot coming in and taking this number 10 ranking from Henry Cejudo because you got to back Peyton Talbot. I don't know. Yeah, he got held down by Ani Barcelos, but I just see that Henry Cejudo looks out of it. Look how he looked on the scale too to make.
Yeah, he didn't look good on the scale at all.
Good, right? With one foot out the door, not knowing if he's going to coaching, if he's going to retire, if he's coming back. It's too many question marks. I think the reason you give Peyton Talbot is for that rub, and the UFC kind of is going with that as much as you may not like it, right? If it sells, right, it will get pushed, and I think Peyton Talbot's selling, right? I think at the end of the day, you see an explosive victory here. I think a number 10 ranking on him might look good for the UFC, so that's what they're hoping for. And the odds makers see that minus 220. I'll lay it. Give me Peyton Talbot.
I've liked the response that we've seen from Peyton Talbot and the maturity, I think, after that Ronnie Barcelos fight. You know, it was kind of a wake-up call, and I think he's matured. I think this is a good fight for him. Like I said with Macy Barber, I think Peyton Talbot's a great parlay piece. Henry Cejudo, give him credit for what he's done in the sport. I mean, he's an Olympic champion, but you have yet to win since coming back. I just think it was the wrong move. It was the wrong move to retire when you did. It was the wrong move to come back when you did. The sport has kind of passed you, and to Joey's point, just be a coach. You have a wealth of knowledge, and just be with your guys. Like, you didn't look good on the scale. I can't back you even at plus 230. So I think Peyton Talbot actually has his way here with Henry Cejudo. I do not like this fight for Triple C's, but
a lot smaller. The reach is going to be significant, and we're going to see him getting hit at the end of these strikes. I think we're going to be surprised. Yeah.
So I'm on Peyton Talbot. Not officially, but he's a good parlay piece, I think.
Yeah. It could be another one brewing for us. Let's go into the feature bout. We're getting the flyweights in this spot, and arguably a number one contender? No,
not for Tesudo Taira. No, not at all.
But what was Brandon Moreno hoping for? He's hoping for a Josh Van win, right?
Yeah,
is that what he's hoping for?
Yeah, he definitely is.
That's what he's hoping for. So, I mean, it's as crazy as it sounds. I think Brandon Moreno could win. I do. He's plus 115 against Taira's minus 110. Very happy. Thank you. It's hard to fade that man. I think he's a Japanese sensation. I think his wrestling, his grappling is great. I think he's shown improvement in his stand-up. I think there's still something about Brandon Moreno, though, man. I think we forget about how good he can actually be. And isn't it his only last loss against Pantoja, right?
Yeah.
So he hasn't lost to any other flyweight, and it's hard for me to see that he loses to any other flyweight but Pantoja. But unfortunately for him, I think you know who I'm going to say wins in that fight. So, yeah, Brandon Moreno, the Assassin Baby, plus 115. I like him as a sneaky pick here. But Taira, I always like Tatsuro Taira, and I still think even with a loss, it's still so early in his career. It's the future is still bright for him. But if he does it, if he gets a job done now, I mean, boom, put a rocket on Tatsuro Taira and send him off to the moon.
Yeah, I think the theme here for me in most of these fights in my predictions, I just think the lines are, in my opinion, off. So this is another interesting line. I would probably favor Brandon Moreno, and for that valid point only, I'm going to take him at plus 110 unless Tesudo Taira can take him down and hold him for all 3 rounds. I just think Brandon Moreno is more than capable of getting the win. On the feet, I think Moreno's the better striker. He has the cardio to keep up the volume for over 3 rounds as well. He's a smart fighter. He has the IQ, and he's aware of the danger and, letting Tesudo Taira back early in this fight. So I have to assume he's done his homework to prepare for this fight. I like Moreno to win by decision, get even better odds, but he's already a dog. Plus 110, plus 113, whatever you could get. I like Brandon Moreno here. I think he's the better fighter.
Yeah, totally, bro. Totally. Let's go to the co-main event of UFC 323, and that fight prior is going to, make a lot of sense with the end of this one because Alexander Pantoja, the win that he's going to get is going to be decided with his grappling. I really think so. Because I look at Josh Van, man, and I see I see another guy who's young in this division and hungry, and something tells me his boxing has been so crisp. He might drop Pantoja. I know that's crazy to me, right? We look to talk about one of the GOATs, but you know what Pantoja's doing at 35 years of age isn't something we have seen before as well, right? We look at what's Marab now, 34, 35 as well, right? Maybe even 36. Pantoja 35. 30. We're seeing these fighters in uncharted territories. Alexander Pantoja, it's hard for me to fade the guy. I do like Josh Van. Are you riding the Van wagon? I'm gonna be off the Van currently because I've been on the Alexander Pantoja Van for 5+ years. I can't see a way where Pantoja doesn't find a path to victory, right? Whether if he does get dropped, that he's going to find a way to grab you and take you down, or he's going to land his own shot and maybe drop you. Like this is, this has the makings of a war, in my opinion. It is a slight clash of styles. We know Pantoja's, A game is, like I said, with the grappling, and Vans is going to be more with the stand-up, but Pantoja's looked great with the stand-up. He's matched and done better. Look at the fantastic strikers he's just recently fought than his opponent. So it's an interesting matchup. Josh Van, even with a loss at 24, 25 years of age, just like Tatsuda Taira, even with losses, these guys still have bright futures. Still currently, though, at this time of day, it's Pantoja's world, and we're all just living in it. So, yeah, -110, I'll lay it with Andrew Pantoja.
Yeah, another good parlay piece. And if it's not the Nazim Sadikov fight, that's fight of the night, I think this could be fight of the night as well. And who's next? He's clearing out the division. And, I like Joshua Van. I do. I think he's young. I'm glad he's getting the shot. He's a good striker. He has solid power. He's durable. He looked great in his last fight against Brandon Royval, raw dog. I'm going to use your word again. I'm just hard pressed to believe that Pantoja is going to lose this fight. He's just different. And I just don't see Joshua Van getting the win here. I just think Pantoja, you might catch him here and there, but he's going to continue to walk down his striking, his forward pressure. And I eventually think he's going to take him, Joshua Van, down. And once he's on the canvas, it's only a matter of time before he puts your lights out and gets another finish. I like inside the distance for Pantoja, get that at +120. And I also like Pantoja sprinkle a little on via submission at +160. So, Pantoja here. And once he comes out and I hear many men, I might put my whole bank account on.
You might have to do that. Very interesting. A lot of passing of the torch fights on this card, right? You look at a lot of the young and old. And the fights that aren't that, those are the fights that are very close to contested that we could see, like the Nazim Sadikov and Farzia. These guys are in the prime young part of their career. Like, that's a banger fight. But, could be like Bogdan Guskov beats Jan Blachowicz. Man, that division looks different, right? Taira and Josh Van win. Flyweight is absolutely flipped on its head. So, I mean, it's a very interesting card. Do not sleep on UFC 323. But we've made it to the Bantamweight Championship for UFC 323. Fight capital of the world, man. Merab Dvalishvili going for history. 4 consecutive title defenses in 1 calendar year. No one's ever come close to that, right? Has anyone even had 3? I don't even think anyone's had 3. So
I do. I think Jedi Goodman had the tweet. I'll try to fish it for you while you make your
prediction. So it's just that's why you could back him at -335, right? You could take everything and every notion that Merab Dvalishvili is going to get. And now look at the first fight. Right, he's absolutely dominant. He made Peter Yan scared, right? And maybe Yan underestimated. You can make the excuses for Peter Yan, but Merab has undoubtedly turned every naysayer into a fan. So I'm going to be taking Peter Yan in this fight. I'm going to be going with +350 Peter Yan. I just can't take Merab here at this price, even as much as he's done for the sport, as good as he's looked as the GOAT of the division, and he will absolutely be the 135-pound GOAT if he beats Peter Yan yet again, now lapping the division, and all that can be said, but I'm going to be taking Peter Yan here for everybody, and so let's just see if the +350 catches to Peter Yan. The stand-up, obviously, he's going to have to stop the takedowns. He's going to have to stop all 50 of them. But if he does that, I do think that's why you had the 49 takedown attempts by Merab in the first fight, because he didn't want to necessarily hang with the stand-up. And Peter Yan, I think, has improved, and I don't think he's underestimating him, and he's extremely motivated, and every night he's gone thinking about Merab Dvalishvili and getting that belt back. And Merab has had a lot of different challengers come and go, and I don't necessarily say the same. But one thing's being consistent, it's hard to beat the champ. To be the man, you got to beat the man, and I think it'd be really crazy to see Peter Yan beat Merab Dvalishvili, and that's what I'm going for, because that's what I like doing. But I can obviously see if you backing your boy Merab.
Real quick, because I'm still looking for it. Do you believe that he could actually win, or are you just betting based on?
No, I genuinely think that he could win, bro. I mean, look at the sweeps that he's been doing. Look at the transitions. Peter Yan is one of the most talented fighters that the UFC has ever had, and I guess maybe the timing of it all may have worked against him. And there's always that guy, right? That is not the guy because of Merab being there, right? With DJ, you had Joe Benavidez, right? This could put the stamp in it that Peter Yan could have been the guy if it wasn't for the guy. And I think that if Peter Yan wins, we could get a trilogy fight, don't you think? Or do you think the division moves past that? So I just think that, yeah, it could be something. Like I said, I'm going for a lot of maybe heart bets I haven't all year, and a lot of things that can change the outcomes of the sport and make it more interesting of sport. So yeah, I'm hoping a little bit more, but yeah, I genuinely do think Peter Yan can absolutely win.
Yeah, I can't find it. It's all good, but there was a stat where I think him and another person were kind of close here to defend it 4 times. But anyway, yeah, I'm gonna take Merab here via decision. Yeah. It's at -250, but Merab Dvalishvili is on a trajectory of not just becoming the bantamweight GOAT, but the GOAT of the UFC. And I don't say that lightly. In the first fight, he really did anything he wanted to do in that fight. Yeah, maybe you could give Petr Yan 1 round, maybe. I just think in that time, has Petr Yan really gotten that much better? Maybe. We'll see.
I think he has, actually, which is rare to see a guy in his age do that. He's different. He's a little different, but that's where, to my point, Merab could be that much more different.
It's just when you're on your back foot for 30 minutes, 25 minutes,
exhausting.
You can't,
no matter who you are,
you can't do anything offensively. So it doesn't matter how good you got. Merab's not gonna stop. And I rewatched the first fight. All he did was spend 25 minutes defending. You can't. Yeah, he fought an okay fight, but you didn't do anything offensively, and that's what he makes you do. He makes you look abnormal. So he's going to shoot a lot of takedowns, and I think honestly, Merab's gotten better on the feet. His striking has really improved under Wood.
Oh, yeah, James
Syndicate.
Yep. 100%. That's because now that's where he at. I don't. Is he with Sarah Longo? I mean,
he is. Be a part, yeah, he's
just now second homing it at
and he's even said it. He just lives in Las Vegas, but his home is
Sarah
New York.
Longo. It's probably a lot nicer.
Yeah. But he's even if the tagging's not gonna work, he'll just go back to it, shooting a lot of takedowns, controlling the pace.
I can see that.
He's just a more well-rounded mixed martial artist, and
the cardio is unstoppable.
Yeah, like I said, I just think his striking is phenomenal and as good. I think Petr Yan is so good.
Do. Yeah, man.
I just don't
so
see
unfortunate because how good Merab actually is.
Yeah, I just don't see Merab losing the belt anytime.
Yeah, I got the tweet, bro.
Yeah.
Also, I want to hit you with a question though, and I'll give you the weight class when I get to the 2-part question. So the fighters that started it were first Frank Shamrock in 1998, 3 title defenses, Tito Ortiz in 2001, Matt Hughes in 2002, Chuck Liddell in 2006, and Mighty Mouse Johnson in 2013. But could you name me these next two? 2021 welterweight division.
Kamaru Usman.
Boom. Yes, great. Defended his title 3 times. And then 2024 light heavyweight division.
Alex Perez.
Yeah. Pereira. Yeah.
Pereira.
We had Alex Perez in our mind.
Sorry. Yeah.
Yo, bro,
that was the tweet. Yes.
Yeah, dude. Yeah, and then Merab this year, and if it's 4, he'll be the first ever. So a lot of fighters, a lot of champs.
That's what I was saying. It's actually a lot of people. Never 4 successfully, but yeah, I'm on Merab. I just don't see him losing. He's too good of a fighter. The cardio's been phenomenal. And yes, -250 for via decision. Hey,
is crazy. But
he took out Sugar.
it should be minus 1,000 because it's like guaranteed he'll get a decision. It's just if he'll push it and going for the finish, right, Marab, at this point. So
well, enjoy, kid. Last pay-per-view on the card and on the year. 6:30 early prelims, 8 o'clock prelims, and main card 10 o'clock. Cannot wait for that 9 o'clock start time next year, kid.
Right.
But we got some boxing tomorrow, Saturday, December 6th. 8 p.m. in San Antonio, Texas. We got Lamont Roach taking on Isaac Cruz.
Isaac Cruz, Pitbull.
Isaac. I think the start time, it's for the WBC interim super lightweight title. I think the walk should be around 11 p.m. here on the East Coast. So probably it's around main
that starts at 5 and they're gonna walk until midnight about.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
What do you like for the main event?
I mean, bro, there's actually like a couple of good fights on that card if you look below, but unfortunately we lose Janabek Alakamuli. He failed the pre-fight drug test, so cheater. But yeah, that's unfortunate. It's unfortunate. So Erislandy Lara, he's gonna still fight on the card. You got Jesus Ramos and Shane Mosley, Sugar Shane's son. O'Shaquie Foster's fighting Stephen Fulton. Don't sleep on that in the co-main event slot, but I know Pitbull's going to go in there head down. He's going to be swinging. I think you got to take Lamont Roach, right? I think in this spot, I think he's proved to be a higher level fighter. I think it's besides him getting caught with a knockdown, right? You look at the arguable split decision loss that Isaac Cruz has had, right? And he didn't really go toe to toe with Tank Davis. So I mean, it's going to be a good fight. I like going to the MMA math and the boxing math of things, and it's not always a perfect science. And that probably went into my Peter Yan pick. It's hard to beat the same guy twice. But you look at also Chris Duncan taking on Terrence McKinney. I think there's something going on there. No, it's Faraz Ziam and Nazim Sadikov. The differences in the wins against Terrence McKinney, but them both fighting Gervonta Davis. Lamont Roach on his last fight, he went to a draw with him. So you lose to decision. Isaac Cruz did to Gervonta Tank Davis. Like I said, didn't really go toe to toe with him. Makes me think that Lamont Roach is probably gonna get the nod. So yeah, I got to go with Lamont Roach.
Yeah, I agree. He's a huge favorite here. You know, he had that draw that he was robbed last year against.
That's what I'm saying. He arguably won that. Isaac Cruz lost that fight. So
he stopped mid fight and wiped his face. That shit's crazy.
That should have never happened. Yeah, it took a knee.
He literally
and retired after.
Yeah, retired.
And then scheduled a fight with Jake Paul. That never happened.
Nope. I mean, Roach, he's gone to decision in 4 of his last fights as well. So I do like him to get the unanimous decision win here, minus 135 as well. Should be a nice contest. I do think Pitbull's going to come out and bring it. But I just think Lamont Roach's defense, his striking ability is going to be in and out, keep it on the outside. And I think he's going to outpoint his opponent, Pitbull, which I think is a good fighter. I just don't think he's better than Lamont Roach. So minus 135 via decision here for Lamont Roach. If you want to fight to go to decision, it's huge favorite at minus 360. So there's really no point in doing that. Kid, one fight night 38 actually going down tonight, right?
Yeah, bro. If all y'all who stay to watch and sticking around to the end to catch this little pick, I'm sure it's going to be an exciting card. I like the mixed cards that one does. You know, the submission grappling, the Muay Thai, the kickboxing, and mixed martial arts, which is what is going to be the main event for the one featherweight championship. We're getting Fabricio de Andrade back, man, and it's a big test. Anik Argul Mokhtar is a monster. I mean, the Mongolian Nightmare is an absolute threat. But, you're a prospect at 35 years of age. I got to back the defending champion at only 28 years of age. Going against Demetrius Johnson, going against all the fighters that he has in the past. Some of the best Thai fighters in the world. Ajay Andrade is a multi-sport champion as well. So if you don't know, now you know about Fabricio de Andrade. You got to take him here to get the victory and defend his belt.
Kid, I actually have a fight too. Karate Combat 58. You mentioned it at the top of the show. Smile at Sam Alvey plus 800 Are you kidding me?
Yo, if he knocks out Rubelas to Spain, bro.
He is the best ever
We're
in
going to
karate
casino.
combat history. He is the champ. He is getting disrespected. Rubelas de Spain is a fraud, and he is going to learn real quick. You doubted him last time, and what happened?
I fucking
Your boy
lost,
went
bro.
to sleep.
He beat he played Spung like that, a renowned kickboxer. So, and Spung is also 6'6", 6'7". He's a big dude, right? So he knocked him out, he chinned him. Who's to say he can't do it against Rubelas de Spain?
Smiling Sam Alvey is the champ, and he is the head of the promotion. Sam Alvey plus 800. Are you fucking kidding me? That is so disrespectful.
Like I said, we're hitting the Bacino
Yeah.
once we hit that.
Shout out Chris Barnett. He's making his debut as well. He's minus 500 against Jonathan
Yeah, I had
Miller.
to shout out Chris Barnett, bro. I mean, he's got to. I think what it is, he's got to go to Huggy Bear. He's got to go back to his original nickname.
Yeah.
That's what it is.
But kid, that's all we got. What else you got? What are you doing this weekend? Any big plans?
No, we're going to B-dubs. You know, we got to catch the last pay-per-view in history, possibly, allegedly. We'll see if we get it back after about a decade from now. 7-year contract in Paramount. So I wonder how it's all going to shape out for nights like that tomorrow, but we'll be sure to enjoy it.
Yeah, so it should be a really fun night of fights. Kid, enjoy the fights. Good luck on all your bets. And we'll be back next week to break down the last card of the year. Good luck and God bless.